power. They are still hunting Captain Ibrahim Traore, but we should not allow them to do what they want to do. And this comes few days after paid people in France came out demonstrating and saying Captain Ibrahim Traore had to step down. And also after the general from the Western country saying that Captain Ibrahim Traore is using gold reserve for protecting himself. If you see all those things, you can understand that this was planned. These things planned from outside to inside, because we have seen within this planned coup, there was a group of military personnel from the government or from the military of Burkina. So we Africans, it is shame for us that we are still being used by our enemies. We are still being used by people to destabilize our countries, our continent. What we need to do is that wherever things will happen, wherever bad things will happen, all of us will be affected. You see? So those who have been paid for the aim of destabilizing our countries, our continent, must understand that it's we Africans who are suffering. It's not those who are giving you money. Because if you look, the countries such as Congo, such as Libya right now, things is not okay. It's because of we Africans, we betrayed each other. If you look Libya, after the assassination of Muammar al-Gaddafi, look Libya today, how it looks like. It is ungovernable. There's no government in Libya. We have seen our young men and women being sold like commodities in Libya. Those who tried to escape to seek green pasture in Europe, in the shore of Libya, were captured and sold like commodities. Look today in Democratic Republic of Congo, after we Africans betrayed Patrice Lumumba. Today, Congo is not at peace. Congo is not at ease. Look what's happening in Sudan. Africa will learn nothing from the history. We think that if we remove Captain Ibrahim Traore, we'll be in the heaven. Family, friends, fellow Africans, dear Burkinabe people, let us protect this young man. Let us protect this leader. We Africans all over the world, let us come together. For how long can we see our heroes being taken down under our watches? For how long should we continue to see our prophets being taken down under our watches and we say nothing? We know they will not end here. They have fled, they have run away, some of them have been captured, but they will come back. Because what they fear is not about power. They fear that if Captain Traore will stay in power for more than 10 years, the whole continent will be Traoreized. They fear Traoreization of Africa. They fear that African young people are going to be fed with revolutions. That's what they fear. And if young people will awakening, young people will starting thinking about value addition. If young people in this continent will start thinking about value addition, no minerals will be exported into low forms. If we restrict our minerals from being exported into low forms, what will happen to the industries? They will lose raw materials. They will lose jobs. So they don't want to see that Africans are awakening. These terrorists are enjoying our minerals. They attack, they took our minerals, they sell our minerals. And to those people who are trying to destabilize us, ask yourself where these terrorists are getting training, where are getting weapons. Just imagine in this for the coup, some of terrorists ran away to Côte d'Ivoire, to Abidjan, according to Minister of Defense. So what the government of Abidjan is doing to make sure that we arrest these people who are trying to destabilize our continent. You know, people think that maybe this is only for Burkina or for Sahelian countries. This will affect the entire continent. What happened in DRC is affecting the entire continent. Right now, Africans, we don't have any industry of mobile phone manufacturing. But we know resources are in Congo. You see? What have we done to make sure that we Africans, we are going to be beneficiaries of our natural resources from DRC, from Zambia, from Zimbabwe, our copper in Zambia, our uranium in Niger? What have we done? We are divided in such a way we cannot come together. No young people in South Africa is thinking about uranium in Niger. We are not taught like that. No young people in Cameroon who is thinking about how can I go to Democratic Republic of Congo and establish a company, a mining company there. They will not allow that to happen. And that's why they're still emphasizing on keeping these borders. These borders must collapse. If terrorists can attack Burkina and land to Cote d'Ivoire without being asked for visas, for passport, why we people who are good people are not allowed to move from one place to another? And we are being called, you need to have these papers. The time has come for Africans to reflect and to think beyond. If these terrorists that attacked or plan to attack Burkina Faso land to Cote d'Ivoire without being asked for visas, without being asked for passport, and yet when a normal citizen wants to go to do business with fellow brothers and sisters in Cote d'Ivoire, he or she was asked for visas, for these what you call passports, papers. The time has come to our leaders to think beyond. If terrorists, if these bad people are crossing our continent without asking for visas, why these good people we are not allowing them to move? Let us allow people to move. We have been talking about continental free trade area. How can we achieve Africa continental free trade area if we are not working together? Just imagine the destabilizers of Burkina are learning to Cote d'Ivoire. Do you think Captain Ibrahim Traoré will be happy with Cote d'Ivoire? Why Cote d'Ivoire are not collaborating with Burkina Faso to make sure that we arrest these people who are destabilizing? And we know because we live with them. We live with them. These people are not coming from the even. We live with them in our streets, in our villages, in our townships. We know them. But because we have self-hate, because we think that this is not affecting me, maybe it is affecting others, you don't care. You don't care. But the time will come, you will be affected also. We Africans, we need to change. We need to change. We need to think beyond our expectations. Have been calling the issue of unity of this continent for many times, that we Africans, we need to come together. For this current leadership that we have, these politicians that we have, we are not going to get a united Africa in recent years. Because we know that many of our countries are depending on aid. Many of our countries are depending on support from these development partners. And these development partners are those who were imposed borders. You know, you cannot depend on the people who divided you and think that you will develop. That will not happen. And that's why till today, Africa, for more than 60 years, we are still under development. But we have countries that we are on the same level. For instance, Korea, Southern Korea. And this country went to war with neighboring North Korea. But if you look at the development right now of South Korea, and we have seen Korea called the summit, Korea Africa Summit. So look how this country, that we are in the same level in the year 1970s. And now Korea has left us into poverty, and it is becoming a donor country. We went to Korea, some of our leaders, some of our nations were promised to get loans and grant and charity and whatever, aid from Korea, the country that we are in the same level. Look, China. 50 years back, China was in the same level with African countries. But look, China today, after 50 years. China is too far. China is too far. And if we allow this to happen, dear lovely family, we are going to be conquered again. Because these leaders who are trying to awaken Africans looks like enemies of others. So if these leaders will all be finished, they will come to us. Who are weak, they will come to us. They will conquer us very easy because there will be no resistance. So we think that we are in the right direction, but the truth is that we are not in the right direction. We are in the wrong direction. Africans, we are not loving each other. Africans, we hate each other. And this is by design. These borders are kept us seeing each other as enemies. And that's why you see what's happening in Rwanda and the DRC. Congolese seen Rwandese as enemies. Rwandese maybe sometimes see Congolese as their enemies. The same to South Africans and Zimbabwe. We see each other as enemies, as not as brothers and sisters. And we forgot that these borders were drawn by people sitting in Berlin there and decide. Even today they can sit down and draw another border. Because we are poor. We have nothing. They can say, if you want money, we want to draw another border. They will draw, and we will accept those borders. They sat down, they draw borders, they say this is Congo, they said this is Namibia, German, whatever they said. And today, we are still accepting that we are not Africans, we are Congolese Belgium. We are German. We are British. And that's why they call us names. Francophonie. They call us Anglophonie. They call us Russophonie. Now we have Arabophonie. We have Chinaphonie. Soon will be Russiaphonie. You see? That's how we are divided. So we must not accept division. Division is killing us. Division is destroying us. And what's happening in Burkina Faso, it is because of division. So we call all of us, the people of Africa, young men and women of this continent, to come together. Let us express love. Let us express love to each other. Let's protect one another. You have seen recently on the issue of South Africa and America, that America are accusing South Africa for treating badly white people. Not because South Africa was treating badly white South Africans. And all of us, we know the truth, that white South Africans are not treated badly. We know. We know that white South Africans are enjoying more than black South Africans. We know. But you know what happened? When South Africa said we want to take the land back, those who have been enjoying the land with resources, horrible land with water, they see that they are going to lose. What they started to spreading misinformation. They send bad information to Trump, to US, that there's white genocide in South Africa. They think that is not true. There's no white genocide in South Africa. People are living peacefully. People are living peacefully. But because people feared that they will lose resources, they will lose land, they are trying to spread lies in order for them to be protected. And they have proposed that for us to stay here, we need to have our own country. So just imagine, you go to Europe, you live in Europe for a certain time, then you say, I want a country in Europe. Oh, can black Americans say we want our own country in America? Can they say that like that? Can America accept that? But they are doing so in South Africa. They are trying to destabilize. Why? Because they don't want to lose resources. They want to divide us. We should not accept. And that's why one day I was suggested in South Africa. I have seen, if you are a good follower of what's happening in South Africa, you will understand this. If you look very careful in South Africa, you find there's a lot of political parties. We have EFF, Economic Freedom Fighter, MK Party, Mkondo wa Sizwe, the party of Jacob Zuma, also ANC, IFP, I think, DA, Democratic Alliance, this is owned by white people. But these three political parties, ANC, Mkondo wa Sizwe, and EFF, all these three parties are speaking the same thing. But it is difficult to find that these three political parties came in together. Why don't these three political parties come together? Say, our struggle is one. Our struggle is the same. We want the land. Or we want economic liberation. That is what we want. So why don't we come together and unite, make sure that we are united, then we liberate our countries. Then from there we can see what we can do. Because of division, these political parties will not work together. That's why you see it is better for ANC to work with DA than to work with EFF. And all these members, all of them came from EFF. Came from ANC, starting with EFF. Members came out from ANC, then Mkondo wa Sizwe. So you can see. But these are just division. ANC was big, but because of division among members, the new party, EFF, was created. Mkondo wa Sizwe also was created. You see? But it is all these are members who, if you look, Jacob Zuma, also Malema, was the members of EFF, of ANC. But why don't they stay? It's division. What these powerful people are doing is to divide leaders. Sometimes we followers, we can have maybe a single vision. But what they do, they bribe one of the leader or few leaders to move against the wishes of members. And that's where these political parties are being collapsing. You see? So if as Africans we can have a common mission, common vision, that our aim is this one. We black people, Africans, we have been here in this world, in this continent, suffering for more than 400 years. So this is the time for we to come together to liberate ourselves. We were colonized, we were enslaved. Now we are at this time of economic enslavement. So let us come together, let us work together. I have seen even our leaders talking about value addition. And I said, this value addition that our leaders are speaking about will not come true. Why? Because even our leaders are being divided. In the meetings, they're speaking about value addition. In other meetings, they're talking about exporting raw materials. In other meetings, they're calling investors to come and investing. In other meetings, they're speaking. So we don't have a common vision. We don't have a common say. We are not speaking with one voice. So if we can speak with one voice, I hope this continent will move in the right direction. So let us now go back to the issue of Burkina. Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing very well. We have seen schools being improved. We have seen hospitals being improved. We have seen infrastructures being improved. We have seen support in agriculture. People are being feeding themselves right now. We have seen school fees being abolished. No school fees in Burkina. Students are studying from standard 1 to universities without paying fees. We have seen water system are being constructed. We have seen security being improved despite of several challenges are there, because we are human beings. Challenges are there, upside down are there. But what Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing is amazing. This young man is a visionary. We can call him a prophet, because what he's doing is within 2 years. Even those who stayed in power for more than 10 years, they didn't do like what Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing. So it's our duty, It's our task as people to protect our in-laws. We think that in-laws must become white. If Captain Ibrahim Traore is a white people, all of us, we have been praising Captain Ibrahim Traore, because he's a black people. We see, because he's among of us, we see things is very simple. We have to light the history of this young man, that in our lifetime, we have seen a leader who came and took power and changed things under our watch. We have seen leaders such as Gaddafi, Magufuli of Tanzania. He did well. We have seen Kagame. We have seen Sankara. So you can see we have few leaders who have done well, but among of them is Captain Ibrahim Traore. So, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, we need to protect this man by any cost. We need to protect this vision. What Captain Traore has is brain. We need to protect this brain. It's a think tank for the entire continent. And if it is possible, we have to make Captain Ibrahim Traore a president of a united Africa. Because of division, it is difficult to make Captain Ibrahim Traore a president of united Africa. I don't mean that other presidents are not doing well. If you look the head and the energy and the power that Captain Ibrahim Traore has, is supposed to be a president of Africa. For 20 years, you can see how this continent will be moving in the upper side of our economy. You see? But because, as I said, division, we see Captain Traore as a normal people, as a leader of, some of them call them dictator, whatever you can call him. But we who know the things, we see this is a prophet. Take my word, Traore is a prophet. But because he's not white people, because he's not a Chinese, he's not a European, he's not Arab, he's African, he cannot become a prophet because of his color. But we Africans, we must understand, and we have to know this man is a man in mission. He came to our life as a prophet, to awakening us, the people of Africa. Captain Traore was sent to awakening Africans. So we need to protect this man by any cost. So, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, let us not speak for too long. Let me wait from you. What is your opinions? What is your suggestion? And what we can do to make sure that we protect this young man from enemies, from those who want to destabilize Burkina Faso for their own interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa. Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.